Good morning. Morning, how are you? Hey, Nivla, welcome in, welcome in. Good morning. Just, again, technical hiccups this morning, but we're starting early anyway. I wanted to start a little bit earlier, but hit the stream button, get going here, and it didn't want to stream. It just wasn't sending anything to Twitch or YouTube. Really bad. But like we're doing all right now. I don't know, every day it's an adventure with the stream, and sometimes it's like, maybe I should just, like I said, I'm gonna throw my internet out the window. The other thing I cannot figure out for the life of me is why I'm losing textures. I mean, you can see how those lines are pretty crappy, the taxi lines. But also right there under the JetBlue and the American, we're missing airport textures. And they'll just kind of load in and out. I don't know why it's doing that now. Do I have a texture setting too high and my internet can't handle it? I don't know. But it's a real pain in the butt, especially when you're trying to make a video. I was trying to make some videos about some freeware airports, and you're doing it, and then the stuff is, most of the textures are flashing out. I'm not on VATSIM. I can barely get these sims to work on a consistent basis, much less try to have VATSIM going at the same time. It's kind of ridiculous. It really is. Trying out this new calculator for I'm trying out this new calculator thing. It's not brand new or anything. It's used in X-Plane, but we'll see how it works just to get calculations. I don't know if I need to use it for this plane, but it'll be helpful for the PMDG, the Boeing 37 stuff. Where I don't have that Sim Smart calculator. Figure out how to use it. I'm not going to show it off on the stream right now. I don't have it set up to do that. But let's get inside the plane and get things started. Did the pilots board? Is there any boarding going on here? Do I need to open the doors? Maybe that's what I need to do. Oh. We'll zip on in here. The doors.
Pilot's boarding started.
I guess that's what we needed. Doesn't open that front door though. It opens the mid door. Yeah, this is just the Headwind. Uh-oh. Pilot's glitching out. This is just the Headwind A330-900. You can get it on flightsim.to. Don't download the PMP A330-300 because they're not doing that anymore. Okay. Why did it glitch out? The GSX just decided to glitch out, as you can see. Working pretty well. There we go. That was kind of weird. Little glitchy things. Hey, welcome in everybody. So anyway, let's get a proper introduction here. We're on Virgin Atlantic today in the Airbus A330, the Headwind mod. What do you mean a bug? I'm hoping there's no bugs with this plane. Yep, it's totally free. It's just the A32NX basically with a reskin. So it looks like the A330. So where are we flying? This is World Tour Flight 206. We're flying a short flight from Barbados over to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Very short flight. What do I got? 97 nautical miles. We're in the A330-900 for Virgin Atlantic. This is a real-life flight. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with GSX Pro, though. It keeps kind of glitching out. See that? So, while the plane is fine, GSX Pro keeps glitching in and out. So let's get inside and let's get plane prepared. Alright, gear pins and
Passenger
covers
bus is coming.
moved. Fuel quantity, that is on board. Seatbelts. Okay. Parking brake set, flaps are retracted, engine master switch are off, ignition is normal. We're in the idle position. Turn up some lighting a little bit. Turn our screens up because it is just going with live time, so it's about 8:30 in the morning, I believe. 8:30 or 9:30. If I think in the description there is a link to the plane, but let me open that again. Oh no, I don't have a link to it. There. I didn't update a bunch of stuff on the description. I did a terrible job on the description. Got the wrong livery, got the wrong link. That let me see. Flightsim.to. A330-900. All right, let's see. Where do I put my...
Passengers boarding starting.
There you go. There's the link for this plane. I don't have the link for delivery at the moment, and I have to update the description. Whoa. Goodness, what is going on? GSX Pro is killing my computer right now. Oh, I have never had such bad performance with GSX Pro. Pretty cool though, all those passengers coming on. Alright, let's get things started here. Should actually have this plane kind of up and going. Okay, crew supply. Get the nav syncing up. Alright, so let's get SimBrief opened up. SimBrief panel, nice free thing. Just fetch it right from SimBrief. There we are, Virgin Atlantic 197. It's funny, you can't put that in as your call sign though within Microsoft Flight Simulator itself, but we are using FSHUD ATC, so we'll actually be able to hear a version 197 as opposed to whatever our tail is.
Passengers bus is coming.
Alright, so that group of passengers is on. Let's get into the initial page. We can request this from SimBrief. Double check. Go right down here. Origin, Tango Bravo, Papa Bravo. Destination, Tango Victor Sierra Alpha. And then right back here, Tango Bravo, Papa Bravo for the alternate. Air Virgin 197, cost index 64. Airtime only 29 minutes, is saying. Flight level 140 for the cruise. Have page 2. Now I have everything already loaded in on the plane, just that way GSX Pro works, so we already have all this information. Fuel planning, that's not right. 11.4 for our block fuel. Takeoff weight 170.4, a little bit bigger than the A320, So I'm gonna jump over to this calculator. Can I do. Takeoff weight.
Passengers boarding starting.
Okay, I don't know how to use that. I need to practice using it. I have no idea how. All this stuff is kind of messed up. Not sure where I'm going to put in this performance page. God, what do I put in for that? How do I use the calculator if I don't have a calculator that works? That's the biggest problem, is finding calculators that work, and I can't figure out how to use this. Oh, maybe I have to pick a runway. That's probably what I gotta do. Well, let's get our clearance. Request flight clearance.
Adams Tower, Virgin 197, heavy, parking 11, request clearance
Oh,
to
missed all the rest of
Argyle
those
with
passengers.
information.
Yeah, we can't open that front door.
Virgin 197, heavy, clear to Argyle,
British
runway
Airways is in there
09,
now.
Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 2,500, squawk 6554.
Passengers bus is coming.
Clear to
Another
Argyle,
passenger bus
runway
coming. Got
09,
American
fly
JetBlue,
runway heading, climb and
Virgin over
maintain
there.
2,500, squawk
Alright, we're climbing and maintaining
6554.
2,500 feet.
Virgin 197, heavy. Virgin 197, heavy, read back correct. When ready, contact Adams Ground, 121.9er. When ready, contact Adams Ground, 121.9er. Virgin 197, heavy.
I can do that calculation. Alright, we're taking off runway 9er. That's going to be 91 degrees. We're going to punch that in right here. H. Alright, we're set on that. Let's get back down into the flight computer. Go to flight plan first. So we're taking off Tango Bravo, Papa Bravo, departure runway 09. Insert that there. Go to the BOR. I might want to just get away from that. We'll go to Goder, clear the discontinuity there, and into our final. We haven't gotten yet. That would be nice. We're going to plan on doing RNAV 04. The VIA is the one that I'm interested in. I'm going to put Umeno. That's going to give us time. We'll see what they give us. Umenu. That'll just give us a few waypoints to get stabilized and everything, because this is, again, a very short flight, and so having a little bit of a approach is not a big deal. Actually increases our distance quite a bit. You can see right there from just a direct shot between 97. Okay, it looks like we have, kind of looks a little weird to me. Again, this is probably a little bit of an older version of the A330-900 as well. Kind of backing this up, so just be aware of that if you're using it. Holy cow. We have some passengers. Passengers do we have? I believe we have, gotta be in the 300s. payload. So 309 passengers today. That's why we're waiting on a few buses. Looks like the cargo is already on board, so waiting on the passenger. While we're doing that, let's get the APU started. Flap open. I was getting afraid that something wasn't working. APU start. I actually have fuel pump on as well.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
Passengers bus is coming.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here with this. Few areas have a texture thing that kind of overlays and makes this look more like the real one. Some spots a little bit rough. I'm not sure why that is. But again, it's a freeware upgrade. You can fly the A330 around every once in a while. All right, flap is, or we got the APU. Top here. You bleed. Or yeah, see, there it is again. See that? Like everything just, nothing is loading in. Even the passenger buses are. What the? This is the weird part. I'm trying to figure out is like why are textures not loading in? Are we reaching a texture limit? Do I have a texture setting too high? That's the really disturbing part. I've never seen that where it's been that bad. Hear that APU going.
Passengers boarding started.
There's some issue with my textures loading in, which never had that problem before. And if anyone knows why, you can see how the runway is not loaded in. We're just getting the satellite imagery. Just something's broken. Something is broken. Turn the bleep off. Control the heat. Oh, here it is. Turn this down a little bit. Cool off everything. It's 28 degrees out. I think try and turn it down to about 24 or so. It'll be good. I don't know what's going on with my textures, my ground textures. Have not been able to figure it out. Alright, looks like we are finally done with loading. Turn on that beacon light. Let's push back and start up.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and
Virgin 197, heavy, parking 11, request pushback and start up. Virgin 197,
Actually, we're not
heavy,
completely
pushback
ready.
and start
Probably
up.
do that calculation.
Pushback and start up, approved.
Oh.
Virgin 197, heavy.
Performance. We're gonna do flaps config 2. Our V1 speed is going to be 131. 131 for the V rotate and 136 for the V2. Engine out is going to be 1,200 feet. Get a pushback going. Flex takeoff, we're going to do 50 degrees.
This Airbus A320 is the emergency exit doors to the front, 4 window exits over the wing, and 2 doors to the back. Each door is equipped with an evacuation slide that can be tracked from the
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
All exits are clearly marked with a sign overhead. If necessary, floor level lighting will locate the top of the exit. Please take a moment now to locate your closest exit. Every number is TBPB active. If there is a change in cabin pressure, 4 oxygen vents will drop from overhead. Firmly pull the mask towards the start flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull your mask bands around your head, and tighten the start flow.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Ensure to put your mask on first before helping others, and will let you know when it's no longer needed. While you're passing through the cabin, make sure you're ready for departure. You can help us by making sure your seatbelt is fastened. Your seatbelt is up at your ticket listed.
Oh, textures. Load. That's just terrible. I don't know what it is. It can't be loading speed because I literally have Flight Simulator running on an M2 drive, so it's something broke. I gotta look it up some more, figure out what the issue is. Alright, we need going to runway 9, so we want our tail to the left. Do a quick edit pushback action. I'm using FSLTL.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Release parking brakes.
Oh no. Don't tell me this is the issue.
Release parking brakes.
Oh, come on. You can't be serious. I feel like this is a problem I ran into with the A330 before, where the parking brakes don't.
Release
Parking brakes don't release. Why are the parking brakes not releasing? Oh. No, 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 no.
Release parking brakes.
Oh, come.
Release parking brakes. Release parking brakes.
Alright, well, GSX Pro doesn't want to work with my plane, but I'm using a pushback helper, and that seems to be helping the situation.
Release parking brakes.
Alright, let's do mission 2.
Hello there. We're delighted to welcome you on board
Release
Virgin
parking
Atlantic.
brakes.
Thank you for flying with us today. You're no doubt keen to lose yourself in our dazzling world of entertainment, but first we're going to show you a safety film, and we'd like you
Release
to give
parking
your full
brakes.
attention. It's really important that you watch and understand it because together we're all responsible for safety on this flight.
Release
It
parking
helps
brakes.
explain the safety equipment and procedures of this particular aircraft and gives you an idea of what to do in an emergency. If you have any questions after watching it,
Release parking brakes.
I don't know what is going on with my sim in terms of
The aisles and
textures.
exits need to be kept clear. So, if there is anything you haven't put in the overhead lockers, put them under the seat in front of you.
Release parking brake.
PSX can go away. Or push back.
It's really important that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If it isn't, push the two ends together until they click. Then tighten it by pulling the strap, like this. If there's an airbag attached, make sure it's not twisted. You can open your seatbelt like this.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the textures. I don't know if you're suggesting it has anything to do with FSLTL or AIG, but yeah, I got the AIG textures of plane models and liveries in there, so FSLTL will fall back to those if they can't find one within FSLTL.
Pull the tag or the mask down to turn on the oxygen. The bag might not inflate, but oxygen will be flowing. Put the mask over your mouth and nose and adjust the straps around your head to make sure it fits. Fit your mask first before helping anyone else with theirs.
I feel like we were getting competing announcements, I think.
You absolutely can't smoke anywhere on this flight. And that means anywhere, not even the toilets.
Okay, engines should be coming up. Yep, there they are.
It's just not safe. The same goes
It's so
for these
hot now.
electronic and smokeless cigarettes.
The back. Oh.
We all have a lot of electronic devices. Please make sure they're switched to flight
Warren
safe
back there.
or airplane mode now. For more
Hey,
details
engines are
on
available,
using
so we'll
your
go normal on the
devices on
switch.
flight, please take a look at your safety
APU, master switch off. Runway, taxi lights. West taxi clearance.
Added ground, Virgin 197 Heavy, request taxi. Virgin 197 Heavy, taxi to holding point, runway 09, Flight Alpha, Charlie Bravo. Taxi to holding point, runway 09, Flight Alpha, Charlie Bravo, Virgin 197 Heavy.
Pull the red tab hard or blow into the tube to inflate. There's a light and a whistle to attract attention. Cabin crew will hand out smaller life jacket for children.
To help reduce injury in an emergency landing, fasten your seatbelt tight. Put both feet together firmly on the floor, slightly under your seat. Place one hand over the other on the back of your head. Bend forward.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the... Not sure what's going on with the ground textures.
If you have a child on your lap, place one hand on your head, lean over your child and place one hand on their head.
Lights will guide you to the exits in an emergency. And there are signs above
Oh
the
yeah, what
doors.
happened?
The cabin crew
I don't know if I
will
want to use this texture
Please remember
thing
where your nearest
for this
exit
plane.
is
I mean,
and
it
light.
looks pretty cool in certain sections, but then there's these really...
If you need
I
to
don't know what's
open
going
a
on there. It's like,
door, move the
why
big
make them
handle in the
worse
direction
than
of the arrow.
they are in the
As the
A321X
door
cockpit?
opens, the slide will inflate. If it doesn't, then just pull the red handle. Leave everything behind you and take off anything that could damage the slide. Jump on the slide, and when you get to the end, move away quickly. Most slides can also be used as rafts. Okay, we're nearly ready to go. Please now make sure your seatbelt is fastened very tight. Your seats are tight, the armrest is down, and the armrest is tucked away. If your screen isn't in the back of the seat in front of you, return it to its home now.
I feel like I'm off in the grass or something.
Have a good look
Doesn't
through
it?
to remind you of what you see.
Oh,
for
where are the
information on
textures?
particular aircraft. Please always pay attention to the signs and the crew. They're there to keep you safe. So if you have any questions, just ask. Now sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, I'm at a loss. I'm looking it up. I'm gonna have to go on the forums and post it because, yeah, I saw one where it was saying clear out your rolling cache. So I did that. I even expanded it to hopefully solve the problem, I would think, but just as bad as ever. Finally gained. I mean, I wonder if it's just too many objects, but why is that changed? Like, why are there more objects than there were before? Like, yeah, I'm on ultra settings, but my load distance is only 100. I do have my textures increased to.
Runway vacated with Alpha.
I do have my textures increased, but.
Taxi to
Oh my goodness.
0, fly Alpha Charlie.
Is that the plane right there? Must be it. Yeah, Greenbird. That's that plane right there. I didn't see him land. But that's Air Antilles. Is that a plane coming in? Wrong way.
Virgin 197 heavy. Contact Adams Tower 118.7. Contact Adams Tower 118.7. Virgin 197 heavy. Adams Tower, Virgin 197 heavy. Runway 09, ready for departure. Virgin 197 heavy. Line up, runway 09. Line up, runway 09. Virgin 197 heavy.
Alright, we'll line up on the runway. Arm the spoilers, auto brake max for takeoff. Takeoff config test.
Virgin 197 heavy. Wind 90 degrees at 16 knots. Runway 09. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 09. Cleared for takeoff. Virgin 197 heavy.
Alright, we're cleared for takeoff. More check. Flaps takeoff position. Go. Positive rate, gear up. There's Grantley Adams. That is freeware upgrade to the airport as well. Ooh. Definitely get a lot of speed. Flaps too.
Virgin 197 heavy. Contact Adams. Departure 120.7. Contact Adams. Departure 120.7. Virgin
Thrust back to
197
climb.
heavy.
Engage the autopilot.
Adams departure. Virgin 197 heavy at 1,500. Climbing 2,500. Virgin 197 heavy. Radar contact. Proceed direct Bravo Golf India. Continue climb. Flight level 90. Proceed direct Bravo Golf India. Continue climb. Flight level 90. Virgin 197 heavy.
Plane's having a little confusion where to go. Ground spoilers retracted. Turn off our ground lights. Standard pressure. We're gonna fly over the airport, right back over the airport, and then back out. Interesting little there. 22 degrees Celsius. I think that should be good for the good for the cabin. A little cool. You guys, let me know how you're feeling. It seems like when you're in a plane in the tube, you're either too hot or too cold. There's the airport down there. You can see the textures just aren't loading in very well. Alright, so we're going to jump on, basically we're going to be taking Airway Uniform Alpha 511 over to Goder. And from there, it's going to be either direct to the final, or we're going to go out. I'd like to go out to Umenu, because then we'll go on to the north side of the island, and then come around on the west side back into the airport. The airport's on the east side. It's going to be on the near side of the island, which is going to be right in front of us once we get turned here. Be like right up there. Short flight, so a lot of stuff going on. We have 20 minutes given the ETA. Hey, Medhanash, show aircraft. I can show aircraft. Let's get back outside. Let's go outside again. There we are. Yeah, we're in the Airbus A330, the A330-900 from Headwind, which is just a freeware upgrade. Uses the A32NX cockpit and all that from fly-by-wire. So if you have that, and then you download this, everything will work pretty nicely. I had an issue with it not really working with GSX Pro. GSX Pro wasn't recognizing that I disconnected parking brake for pushback. Flying over Bridgetown. I can see some textures aren't loading in sections of the map for some reason.
Adam, approach. Island Ways 705 inbound.
The Island Ways, that's Caribbean, Inter-Caribbean Airlines. We'll be flying a few of those.
197 heavy, climate maintained. Flight level 140, contact Piago Center 123.7.
I'm maintaining flight level 140, contact Piarco Center 123.7. Virgin 197.
Climate maintained, flight level 140, contact Piaco.
I'm heavy actually.
123.7, Virgin 197, heavy. Continue descent, flight level 3.
We're gonna throw out the seatbelt sign, so if anyone needs to take a quick run to the lavatory, they'll have a little bit of time. Very short flight again. There's the island we're flying to right in front of us already.
Contact, continue climb, flight level 140. Continue climb, flight level 140, Virgin 197, heavy.
Well, since we got a pretty short, we're gonna kind of do the briefing as it is, at least. Go over to the bigger screen. Okay, so here is the part for the RNAV runway 04. Right now I got a plan to go out to Umenu, but we might just go right here to Gudaz, one or the other. At Gudaz we need to be at 3,000 feet, so depending on how high we are, might need to do this kind of go around up to Umenu. Final approach course is going to be 36 degrees. Airport elevation, runway elevation 136. Transition is 5,200 feet. Let's see, what else do we... 3,000 feet is where we need to be. Straight in landing I believe we are going to be a D aircraft, the 1040 for our minimum. 2,000 feet, we're going to capture that glide slope of 3 degrees into final.
Virgin 197 Heavy, descend and maintain. Flight level 110. Descend and maintain. Flight level 110.
So we get up there. We didn't even get up to our cruise. That's how short this flight is. One of these kind of, I don't know if it's a repositioning flight or what. But this happens, these bigger airlines or these bigger flights that are flying, likely flying between Europe and the Mediterranean, or the Mediterranean, well, Europe and the Mediterranean sometimes happens, but Europe and the Caribbean, you'll have these big, 737 or 777s and the A330s coming in, and then they'll do a hop between a couple islands to pick up passengers, drop off passengers, and then head back on the longer flight. So Virgin Atlantic, I would assume it would fly to London, I would guess. This is just kind of like one little hop, and then I think possibly from either Bridgetown where we left or from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, this flight would continue, this plane would continue on to London. Alright, we're descending back to 11,000 feet. Like I said, very short flight. Seatbelt signs are going to come back on. Had no smoking up. What happened there? Short flight, but what I'm planning on doing is I want to do some longer flights, but I'm going to do, probably going to do more in the PMDG, because PMDG 737s are better suited for time acceleration here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I want to do some longer flights, that way we can really load the plane up with fuel, go to some different destinations, but also do it in a time where I'm not running the computer and having to just run in the background and me just sitting here or doing other stuff. And do it maybe in a couple hours, do a 2-3 hour stream, but maybe do a 9 or 10 hour real life flight with time acceleration, especially if you're flying over the ocean. So we do have a few flights like that coming up on the world tour here, where we're going to be out in the Pacific, and I might try to use time acceleration on those as well. Really stretch these planes out a little bit. And the reason I say that, I know that's a contentious issue in the flight sim community, whether what's realistic. Is time acceleration realistic? It's like, well, yeah, it's not realistic in the sense that in real life you can't accelerate time. But where I was watching 737NG driver or something like that.
American 1853, radar contact.
I don't know why.
Back to Bravo Golf, India, ILS.
I always forget his name. I think 737NG or something like that. He's a real life 737 pilot. And he says that for him, doing time acceleration in Flight Simulator allows him to do more realistic flights in the plane that he flies.
American 1853, ready for descent.
I'm assuming you're talking about VATSIM. Well, that's just the way, that's how you... Down the ATC right now. That's how you connect. vPilot's basically, it's the client, the radio client, how you communicate with VATSIM, with your controllers and everything. That's, it's, if you have Discord, you have Discord, if you're gaming with friends and you want to chat with each other while you're, playing PUBG or even flying a flight simulator, you use Discord because it creates a chat room. Well, that's basically what vPilot is. It creates this kind of chat room so that everyone can hear each other, and within the VATSIM network and the ATC and all that. And what's really cool about it is it has like those settings where you can make it sound like the other chats or have that radio degradation that you get when you're talking over the air. That's why you need vPilot for VATSIM. I'm trying to figure out what that banging noise is, but that must be the garbage truck outside. plane is really loud. There we go. Let's turn that down. Yeah, there's tutorials that will walk you through how to set up vPilot and all that stuff. VATSIM has all that. I mean, VATSIM has a ton of documentation that will get you set up and ready to go over there. As far as setting up the technical side of things, getting vPilot and modeling and all that stuff matched up so that when you're flying, you can see other planes also, other people on the network, and their planes and their liveries. They have all those tutorials over there. YouTube has a ton of stuff to show you how to do that. I couldn't tell you how to do all that off the top of my head right now because I haven't done it in a while, and I do need to reset up VATSIM so I can jump on there at certain points. Yeah, if it's not working, I couldn't tell you why it wouldn't be working, because the few times I've used it, I don't know. Yeah, it might be. I couldn't tell you. I don't use VATSIM a lot. It's been probably a year since I've used it, so I don't know if they're using it on. It's primarily available. It for sure works on PC. So if you're having an issue on the PC, that's you did something wrong, something's settings not right, whatever it is. I didn't know if it can expand to Xbox. That's pretty cool. It's serious. It's VATSIM, Nico. VATSIM it's serious. You need to know what you're doing. You need to don't go on VATSIM until you know how to fly your plane, until you know how to do things. So if like you're in the A330-900, until you know how to do things like, direct, how to add waypoints in here, how to use the holding stuff. Make sure you know how to fly your plane, because you're going to go into situations, especially at busy airspaces. They're going to put you in holding patterns. They're going to ask you to go direct and change flight levels and all that stuff versus just flying with autopilot. You got to know what you're doing. Then you got to know how to communicate and how to do all that. VATSIM has great training. Now, VATSIM's not as serious as, what is it called? I think it's Pilot Edge. I think Pilot Edge is what it's called. That one you have to pay for because they want that. That's very serious. You go in there and you got to know what you're doing over there. VATSIM's a little bit more loose, but again, if you come in and you're messing up the airspace for people, a lot of people are going to be upset with you. Other pilots, but also air traffic control. But if you don't know what you're doing and you want to learn, first thing, go in, listen. Like, just turn on the just go to an airport that has ATC coverage and has some traffic coming, and just listen to how people talk, and learn how that is. Kind of just, take that time. And then what you can do is you can go in at a smaller place. Let's say there is ATC at a smaller airport and less traffic. You go in there and you can let the guy know, hey, I'm new. Can you help me through this? And they'll work with you. So, yeah, for me, it's mostly I always forget how to do things. And I also have, I'm always having to step away because as soon as my wife and my baby are up here in a few, probably in an hour, it's constant up and down. So I really I'm limited on when I can fly and do VATSIM if I do it. And I tend to stumble over my words when I'm on VATSIM. I think once you do it enough, get used to it, and obviously there's so many people do it, and it is fun. It is fun to know that there's real people on the other end. All the other planes that are cruising, taxiing around you are real people. You get away from the problems of the AI logic in Microsoft Flight Simulator, where you'll get planes spinning around in circles and disappearing. VATSIM is really cool. Again, you don't have coverage everywhere though. But yeah, key thing is be willing to learn, be willing to listen, and know your aircraft. Don't go in with an aircraft you don't know how to use. Don't go in before you know how to do like the really basic stuff at Lee. You know, if you don't know how to do it direct, you know, to change, you know, how to change your, you know, waypoints or something like, because they're going to give you things like, hey, go direct. You know, they might tell me, hey, go direct to bow tab. Okay, well, I got these 2 waypoints. How do I do that? Well, I go here, direct, hit bow tab, and then temporary direct, right? Alright, so we're getting... Alright, Virgin 197, or heavy, expect DUPAM RNAV approach, runway 04, report ready. Okay, DUPAM. Ooh, quick. Okay, yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make that though.
Expect DUPAM RNAV approach, runway 04, report when ready for descent, Virgin 197 heavy.
Hey, X-Last,
American
how you doing?
1853, descend and maintain. Flight level
I should have switched that because DUPAM, we're not gonna have time to descend from that. They should have given us, something going around the island. We're gonna try that again. I don't want to be. We're too high. DUPAM's right off to our left, and no way we're gonna get from there down to Gudaz to 3,000 feet. At this point. Trying out the airport sim demo. I've seen that.
Virgin 197 heavy radar contact. Expect DUPAM RNAV approach. Runway.
Yeah, see, there's the airport right there.
Report when ready for descent.
Actually, let's do it. We'll do it.
Expect DUPAM RNAV
If we need to, we'll go around.
Runway 04. Report when ready for descent. Virgin
Gotta switch this really quick. So runway RNAV 04. The DUPAM, which is right next to us.
Virgin 197 heavy
Already
ready
turning.
for descent.
How is that airport sim demo? I've seen some of the, I've seen some clips. I haven't watched the full on video.
Maintain flight level.
Why are you having me maintain?
Virgin 197 heavy. Airsprint base 58. Climb and maintain. Flight level 270. Virgin
Pretty fun so far. Got nothing to do right now, so watching the plane take off. Oh, you're watching the plane take off in airport sim? That's gonna be cool
Climb
though.
and maintain. Flight level 270. Airsprint base 58.
I think I saw a comment. Someone was like, "Oh, this would be so cool if you could have this and Microsoft Flight Simulator together, where you could have people doing, you know, doing the groundwork at these airports. Like have VATSIM, you know, on the VATSIM network, you have people flying around, but you also have people doing the actual pushbacks and all that. Yeah, definitely not that deep yet. Part of me was thinking, it's like, oh yeah, but you're only going to be at like one, or you're only going to have like one or, you know, maybe 2 or 3 airport options. It'd be really cool to be able to go to any airport in the world. But at the same time, it's like, well, if you're working at an airport, you're only going to be working at a few. But I suppose if they have a decent airport selection that you can pick from, you know, and I wonder if they're all just going to be fictional, or if they're going to put in like real type airport, or if it really even matters. Okay, coming up to DUPAM, it would be nice if we could, it would be nice if we can, get the descent clearance.
American 1853, descend and maintain. Flight level 80. Descendant maintained. Flight level 80. American 1853.
Oh, cool. They have a Vagar. We flew there. Demo. Keflavik and Warsaw. Interesting selection of airports there. But I'm assuming, I'm wondering if the developer, I'm guessing the developer is a European developer, so you're going to have. But even then, kind of an interesting 3 airports. Not the ones you would think. I would think you'd want to do, I would think you'd want to have like Heathrow. Heathrow would be really cool, just to have a big airport. If you're going with European airports.
Heavy, turn right to heading 279. Descend and maintain 1,800 QNH 1016. Contact Argyle. Approach 120.8.
1,800.
Turn right to heading 279.
Get down that far.
Descend and maintain 1,800. Contact Argyle. Approach 120.8. Virgin 197 heavy. Argyle approach. Virgin 197 heavy. At flight level 110. Descending 1,800.
You know the QNH.
Heavy. Radar contact. Turn right to heading 287. Continue
I didn't
descent
get the, this is what I should have been doing. I should have been getting the weather.
Turn right
Really
to
quick
heading
here.
287. Continue descent 1,800. Virgin 197 heavy.
We're on the landing lights. Quite a few window views on this plane. Key West, interesting grouping there. But I suppose that's for the demo, so I'm guessing they'll have a few more once it comes out.
Turn left to heading 282. Virgin 197 heavy.
I feel like there's more I need to do to prepare for the landing, besides just get the weather. Here's the metadata. Let's print that out. Once page, flight plan, radio nav page. No radio information. Yeah, we don't have an ILS, so we can't really budget on this. Uh-oh. It goes over here. This is the only drawback on this plane. Or one of the drawbacks. This is completely useless over here. 28 degrees, and our wind is 50 at 13 knots. 28. At 13 knots. Transition altitude is 5,200, not 6,200. Minimum is 1040. And our approach speed is going to be 131. We're going to go full flaps. Like, those islands look actually pretty good. Kind of hit and miss lately on Microsoft Flight Simulator for my textures loading in for some reason, especially at airports. Just parts of the airports just disappear randomly. At some point, I need to get it set up, and I have a terrible schedule for being able to do anything. It's like it's either I stream or I spend my little bit of free time setting up VATSIM and setting up things. Those are my two, so a lot of times I'd rather stream and just fly versus trying to get things to work. Okay, you see we got a minimum right there of 3,000 feet for Gudaz. We don't have a race on, so we're cleared to 1,800, but obviously we can't. Oh, demo's just Vagar. So they're only gonna have those 4 airports? I hope that's not... I hope they're gonna add more. Definitely hope they add more.
Virgin 197 Heavy, clear on out, approach at 1,800, runway 04, report established final track. Cleared on out, approach at 1,800, runway 04, report established final track, Virgin 197 Heavy.
Alright, what's really cool is I got this new calculator. I'm gonna have to try this out even with all of my planes. Really cool. I'm using it's called VAS Airplane Toolbox, and it loads into your browser then.
2,500.
And it's actually a pretty nice calculator. It's got takeoff, it's got ACARS, it's got a checklist. Like, yeah, it's got a checklist. Wow, pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to make that a window so you guys can kind of see it in the future here. But I think this is gonna be a new thing that I'm gonna use a lot because it really seems to work. It's got takeoff calculator and a landing calculator, which I've been waiting for, and the fact that it's got so many planes available in it. Medhance, yeah, I want to. I think I have one flight request already. Flying from India down to the Maldives. So.
Island Wave 703.
Right, we'll get the landing gear down. But as I mentioned earlier, I want to use. I'm going to be able to do a few more flights. I think that I have a few requested flights, but they're too long for me to do in one sitting. But I think if I get, especially if we fly them in the 737 or something from PMDG, I could use the time acceleration. But I want to try out the time acceleration before I do it on stream. But I think we'll be able to do a few more requested flights, because you guys usually request flights that are a little bit long.
Virgin 197 Heavy. Virgin 197 Heavy, wind 40 degrees at 11 knots, clear to land 04. Cleared to land 04, Virgin 197 Heavy.
Above.
A little bit low here. Cut off that glide slope, I think. Oh yeah, there's lots of options. I'm just saying the flights I've gotten requested have usually been like 3,
Minimum.
4, 5 hours.
1,000.
Alright, so medium auto brake we should be fine. I mean, it looks like a short runway, doesn't it? But I used the landing calculator. We'd have about 800 feet if we did low auto brake. We'll have about half the runway if we do. Flying into Argyle International Airport. A little bit high.
500. 400. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Virgin 197 Heavy. When vacated, contact ground 121.9er. When vacated, contact ground 121.9er. Virgin 197 Heavy.
There you go. Didn't even have to use the whole runway.
Argyle ground. Virgin 197 Heavy. Runway vacated.
I like flying the bigger planes, I think. Bigger planes seem a little bit more stable.
Heavy. Taxi to gate 8 via Alpha.
Hey, taxi gate 8 via Alpha. Let's see which one's gate 8.
197 Heavy.
Gate 8's going to be on that. Right on the other side of that Caribbean. Like. That. Get the APU going. Like how big our plane is compared to everything else. So here's another freeware airport. Looks really good. I don't remember. Pretty cool. Good terminal. I tend to have an easier time with the bigger planes. You don't overdo it too much. Alright, taxi light off, AP on. Have the engines come down. Really nice looking airport, yeah. Custom terminal, nice ground markings and everything. I'm always on the lookout. There's a lot of good Caribbean, freeware Caribbean airports actually. Yeah, A330, definitely like landing it. Yeah. Open. Down, yep. Drop the beacon light and we can get the SX. No, we had a little issue with the other airport GSX, but fine now. Or not. Really? GSX is so... There we go. So, finicky. That way? Oh, we should be able to see the passengers coming off. Maybe. I wonder if it's gonna put us... I wonder if it's gonna put stairs there. I don't remember the stair... How did the stairs get to this... That wing? I don't remember the wing being there. I don't know. Assuming they'll all come out the jetway now. These passengers starting to get off. actually one of the few times I've seen GSX Pro work perfectly. We don't have any floating passengers. I'm assuming they're not coming out the rear door. I don't see any floating towards the terminal. Nice. Had a plane land over there. Looks like we're having that issue where it kind of stutters and doesn't go forward. I thought they got rid of that with FS HUD ATC, but still there. Really loud out here. What is that? Not my plane, is it? APU. Alright, crew oxygen supply off. Seatbelt signs should be off, actually. Reality, they'd probably be just doing a turnaround on this plane, so you wouldn't be turning everything off. There we go. Yes, that APU is really loud on this. Now let's check out Volanta and check out the flight. First person to arrive at Argyle today. Do the flight, you can see our flight path. And I didn't think we were going to get down coming from going right to this point, but just fine. Alright, so 32 minutes of flight time, distance 153 miles, and we got those 309 passengers there. A nice quick little hop from Barbados over to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Sure. That away. Go back. My world tour map open. There we go. There's the world tour map everywhere we've been on this world tour, flying into every country and territory in the world. And today, we're at St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right there. All right, next flight, which I'm gonna send you guys a link to the stream over here on YouTube. We're gonna do one more short hop today. Gonna be over to Granada, or down to Granada, right down here, just to the south. Another short one. We're gonna be in the ATR. No, we're gonna be in the Boeing 737-700. Oh, I need to make sure I get my checklist ready to go. Passengers still deboarding. Cargo's still coming off. Let me get that link for the next stream for you guys on YouTube. Hope you guys will all stick around for that. I'll get to use be awesome. I'll get to use the calculator for the 700 from that VAS airplane box. What am I trying to do? Trying to give you guys a link for the next stream here on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna be, well, I mean, we've already done the US on this tour, but we're gonna be getting there just probably a couple weeks, I think, depending on how many flights I can get in. We'll be headed back to Miami, then up to Bermuda, then to New York, and then we'll be flying to Dallas. I actually inserted an extra flight because I didn't want to do Dallas all the way to Vancouver. I should have just kept it Dallas, Vancouver. Might go back to Dallas and Vancouver, I don't know. But I kind of wanted to fly to Denver. Kind of wanted to do a flight into Denver. We'll see what I do there. And so we'll have, I think, 4 or 5 flights. We'll be flying into 4 or 5 American airports at least on this world tour. A little bit of a home country bias, I think, on my part, but Alright, so here is the link for the next YouTube stream. There it is. Jump over in that. A little bit of time that it's still gonna be on here. Alright, looks like all the passengers are deboarded. We're not gonna deboard the crew for now. In reality, probably just doing a turnaround. Alright, so I'm gonna let me just do a few things behind the scenes, and then we will get into the next flight. Yep, actually, there. That's good. Text on that though. We're flying to. Next flight is going to be to Granada Tango Golf Papa Yankee. Alright, well thanks for coming on this flight. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be jumping into the Boeing, or the PMDG Boeing 737-700, and that might be this plane right here. This might be a 700. It looks like it could possibly be a 100. But we're going to be flying right into that livery right there, Caribbean Airlines, so we might even load into that. We'll let Virgin Atlantic sit right here, hopefully. The link for the stream for YouTube is right there. I'm going to end the YouTube stream in just a few minutes. Get everything set up for the next one. If you're watching on Twitch, we'll just go to the intermission, and hopefully I will see you on the other side. It'll be about 15 minutes to get everything set up and ready to go for the Caribbean flight down to Granada. Just a short little hop again, and that will probably be it for the morning stream. Maybe get a stream in the afternoon, we'll see. But I hope to see you all there. Thanks for the support, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe, the like button, comment below on YouTube, and again, Twitch, hit that follow button. It's all free. Thanks a lot, and I will see you in just a few minutes.